Greetings everyone, welcome to my Sonic Universe issue 80 review. To recap from last time, we were introduced to Silver the Hedgehog's dystopia future led by a benevolent council. Better than a fire world at least. During one of his training sessions, Silver makes the acquaintance of Professor von Schlemmer, who believes Silver's powers can close the dangerous portals popping up. His theory is proven right when a portal appeared right underneath them and Silver managed to close it before things get bad. Von Schlemmer carried the tired Silver to the Science Center to see the council, much to Silver's displeasure. Said council appears to be experimenting with the portals and are planning something with the Sonic Generation's boss gate. We join Professor von Schlemmer explaining to the Council his recent experience with the Genesis portal and how psychic energy can close them. He reveals the solution to them, Silver, who's hiding behind the Professor's diagram. Von Schlemmer wants Silver to do his thing, but Silver's concerned for his well-being. Plus, he's a bit shy. The Council's had enough and leave. While Silver's relieved, von Schlemmer's heartbroken about the outcome. Silver realizes he's been a jerk, but before anything can be done about it, a mysterious voice tells him that if he does have the power to stop this, he should return tonight. Notice the golden aura around the text. Silver catches up to von Schlemmer and apologizes. Von Schlemmer says it's alright, it's not the first time he's been called a joke, but it hurts every time. They arrive at his lab and are greeted by these little hedgehog robot things called bits. Von Schlemmer then shows Silver a number of his inventions, including the Bigger Maker machine, which does like it says as a bit demonstrates. Silver is impressed with the Professor's inventions, and just unplugging the Bigger Maker makes the affected subject return to normal? Okay. Von Schlemmer says they all pale in comparison to his current research project, which involves a Genesis portal contained in a tube. Based on his studies so far, the Professor explains that thanks to the ending of the Worlds Collide crossover, i.e. Eggman screwing up Sonic's chaos control, reality has shattered. These shards tore open holes that lead to other dimensions. The Professor's also worried what havoc these Genesis portals might unleash, and wait a minute. This is the flashback page from Free Comic Book Day 2015. I'll talk more about it in the comments part. Anyway, von Schlemmer says the situation is getting worse. Silver thinks back to the voice from earlier, and Silver has an idea. That night, the two sneak back into the Council's tower, dodging robotic patrols. The voice contacts Silver again and says it'll guide them. As they sneak around, the voice states that if they knew its true power, it'll doom everyone. The source of the voice? Council member number 5, who goes on to explain that the rest of the council can't see past their ambition. The council member takes off the robe to reveal this person, Gold the Tenrak. Before they can leave, the other 4 council members and a bunch of robots show up to capture them. Now, you think Silver with his telekinesis could handle these robots. He does hold out for a bit before he's eventually overwhelmed. Von Schlemmer and Gold are also captured. The 3 are then strapped to tables in front of the Generation's boss gate. Gold yells at the council that they don't know what's waiting on the other side. Personally, I have a few guesses. Anyway, the council's forcing a new mask on Gold. Von Schlemmer calls the council out on how this isn't science, it's torture. The council replies that they exist to further the pursuit of scientific discovery, and they will bend all opposition to their will. We then see the masked Gold using her power to create a portal at the boss gate. The council says that this is the first man-made gate through space and time, and I have to call out the council out on this error. Technically, Eggman created a Genesis portal generator that he used in Sonic 276. But Eggman only learned of the Genesis portals by overhearing Sonic and Silver's conversation about them, and don't you just love time travel-induced migraines? Anyway, the issue ends with the council planning to send Silver and von Schlemmer through the portal. Well, things escalated quickly. So the council wants to create portals in the name of science. Yeah, that'll end well. Even Gold warns them what might come out of them. She's not wrong. I mean, anything dangerous can come from the portals, like a giant fire monster, or a sentient computer virus with a severe god complex. Anyway, we have council member number 5, also known as Gold the Tenrak. It looks like Evan took a page from Ian and chose a species that's not usually portrayed in media for a new character. So, what is a tenrec? They're any species of mammal within the family Tenrecidae, found in Madagascar and in parts of the African mainland. They're widely diverse and can resemble shrews, possums, mice, otters, and hedgehogs. This would explain Gold's appearance. She appears hedgehog-esque, but is not a hedgehog. Now for her name. I get what Evan's going for. A powerful individual other than Silver, so why not keep the naming scheme? Cheesy? Yes, but considering that this is a franchise featuring a speedy blue hedgehog and a two-tailed fox fighting a psychopathic man-child who puts small animals into robots, I'll let the naming slide. I wouldn't be surprised if we get characters with the names Bronze or Platinum in the future. From what we've seen so far, Gold's powers consist of telepathy and the ability to create portals. She was against the Council's portal plan and took a risk to stop them, but it ended up badly for her. The only reason she opened the portal at the end was due to the Council putting a new mask on her, one with mind control properties apparently. This brings up a possibility. Are the Council members themselves under some sort of mind control, especially with the way they say yes throughout this issue? Is it possible that someone else is pulling the strings? It's just speculation at this point. If you're questioning why Gold wasn't affected, I chalk it up to her telepathic powers. And her new mask at the end was probably designed to counteract this. Let's move on to both Silver and Professor von Schlemmer. So far, I'm enjoying their growing relationship. Silver's reluctance to display his powers, mainly due to the justified horror stories about the Council Tower, led to another of von Schlemmer's theories being rejected. Von Schlemmer says he's used to being called a laughingstock, and this dialogue here implies that it's not the first time he went in front of the Council. Still, this rejection struck him hard since this time it involves trying to save reality itself. Thankfully, Silver realizes he's been a jerk and tries to make up for it by tagging along, getting to know the professor a bit better, and gaining some sort of appreciation after seeing a number of the professor's crazy inventions. I can imagine Marty McFly and Doc Brown developing their friendship in a similar manner, minus the psychic powers. Von Schlemmer might have some crazy inventions, but he believes that science can benefit society, hence studying the Genesis portals in order to stop them. He also objects to unethical science, i.e. forcing the mask onto Gold to do the Council's bidding, which shows that he has his limits. Going back to von Schlemmer's inventions for a bit, notice how there's focus on the bigger maker machine. Anyway, let's briefly talk about von Schlemmer's AI robotic creations, the Bits. I don't know if they're based on any game-related concept. The closest from what I could find would be the virtual hedgehogs from Sonic Colors, due to being multiple colors and these similar antennae on their heads. If anyone else has an alternative, please let me know. The Bits speak in binary, and their actual words translated into binary, so points for Evan for this detail. Speaking of details, despite some minor differences, this page is a panel-by-panel recreation of the Free Comic Book Day 15 flashback page. You could say it's Tracy being lazy, or you could say it's skill. Let me explain the skill part. Tracy could have done the scene from a different perspective, but instead redid Adam Bryce Thomas's panels as close to the original as possible. Plus, now we know exactly when the flashback takes place in the overall continuity, so there's that. My final score for this issue is an 8.5. So next time, we'll see what's on the other side of this man-made Genesis portal, and how will Silver get out of this one. Until then, have a good day, and be safe. Take a look at von Schlemmer's diagrams. Truly, we're dealing with a genius ahead of his time.